So in IPv6, they have made it mandatory and they have standardized it. So what they have here is they have authentication and encryption. So authentication authenticates as well as checks the integrity of the datagram, and the encryption maintains the data confidentiality. So what we have here is this is the IPv4 normal packet, and in IPv6 we have the authentication header and the ESP which is encrypted. So this is we're going to talk about the IPv4 and IPv6 mobility. Just to quickly tell you, the problems which we faced in IPv4 was every time when you take your laptop and when you move across different networks, you have to get a new IP address and you need to get a new network mask and a new default gateway. So this was an overhead, and this made the communication very difficult. So what happens in IPv6 is the IPv6 mobile node will get two addresses. One is for the home address and the other one is the care of address. So the care of address will keep on changing as you switch from one network to the another network. And in the meantime, whatever datagrams which is intended for the mobile node is intercepted by the home agent and it is transmitted to the care of address.
Study all about IPv6. There is a big thing that is related to this is that we need to have the interoperability between the IPv4 and the IPv6 because most of our networks are lying in IPv4. So there are a few techniques. Mostly these two techniques are used for the translation of IPv4 to IPv6 and the communication between different networks. So basically what happens is translation between the IPv6 nodes and the IPv4 nodes. And how we use this is through tunneling and mule stack. Both of these techniques can be used together in a specific network. What happens with tunneling is more of a physical thing. Actually, the traffic of the IPv4 is encrypted into the traffic of IPv6 is encrypted on a IPv4 datagram packet, and it is transmitted over the same IPv4 network. So when a router with IPv6 receives a packet, it decrypts that packet into IPv6. So this is basically more of a physical thing happening on the network with tunneling. And probably mule stack is what we see in our desktop systems with the software level. So at the software level, what is going on is the software can detect and map the IPv4 and 6 at the same time. So most of the Windows and modern operating systems, they have this facility to cope with IPv4 and 6 networks at the same